今日は日本の映画の話をします。Yeah, one of the reasons I came to Japan is because I like Japanese movies. When I was a middle school student, I saw 七人の Samurai by Kurosawa Akira. I got really into samurai, and then I watched Yojimbo and a bunch of other samurai movies and old movies. So, yeah, one of the reasons why I'm here because of movies. How about you?
Well, I'm here because of anime, not movies, actually.
Nerd.
Yeah, I am. But, yeah, I do like Japanese movies, but I don't really know many of them. But they do have a more, like, familiar taste to me than, American films. I mean, they don't comply with that Hollywood pattern that I'm not a big fan of. And they kind of remind me of, like, European cinema.
Well, I should say first, most Japanese movies now are horrible. Like, it's, like, unbelievable. I think probably since, the 2000. If you go to a movie theater and you see, like, like the commercials for the movies, they look so bad and the acting is so bad because they're not actors, a lot of them are just, like, pop stars and stuff like that. But there are really high-quality Japanese movies that get, famous abroad. And then a lot of old movies are just amazing. Like, my favorite movie of all time, all countries, is Tampopo.
Right.
皆さん、Tampopo って映画知ってる？めっちゃ面白いからおすすめです。And then also like the old samurai movies and a lot of Yakuza movies and stuff like that. Have you ever seen like Kikujiro no Natsu? It's a Beat Takeshi movie.
I don't think so.
あれもめっちゃいいよ。俺子供の時大好きだったあれ。You should see it. It's really good. A lot of heartfelt movies, like ones about emotion.
Yeah.
But one problem I have with Japanese acting is Japanese people are so unmelodramatic that when they they're so melodramatic in movies that it's just...
Is that the reason that... yeah, because, I'm always... Well, not just me. I think it's a bit of even like a meme in Russia that Japanese acting is so over the top.
Yeah.
That it's like, why do you do that?
Well, ごめんね、みんな. I think the acting... not everybody. There's really good actors here. Like, Toshiro Mifune, I think Kurosawa Akira said he can do like more... like emotions in one frame than like a normal actor or whatever, and there's some really good actors, but overall the acting is pretty bad. I mean, it's pretty bad quality.
I mean, I try to think of it as just a different like acting school.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think Japanese people like melodramatic, and they might like it because normal life is so underdramatic.
Well, you might be right though, because now that I'm thinking of it, yeah, it's just there's probably less emotion shown in real life than normally.
Yeah, much less. I've had problem with that with books though too. Like Murakami Haruki books. I always feel like the characters are too emotional and too intellectual, like introspective, than what you would normally see from a normal person.
I don't know. To me, they're kind of a bit Russian, so I
really?
can relate to that.
Okay, all right, maybe. But I definitely think Japanese acting is over-exaggerated for sure.
Yeah, well, it's unusual. I don't know if it's like a bad thing or just...
But there's so many good movies. I mean, even ones that are like, over-exaggerated. Like, old Yakuza movies are amazing. There's a series of samurai... Do you know Lone Wolf and Cub? Kozure Okami? That's, like, so good. Just those old Kurosawa Akira movies, 50s movies. Have you ever seen The Woman in the Dunes?
Can you stop asking me? Have you ever seen it?
They're so good. The 50s and 60s Japanese movies are just top-notch. I mean, Kurosawa Akira is the best director of all time, so...
Yeah, well, he's, like, acknowledged in the West.
Yeah, the most influential of all time. But I would... Sorry to keep going on, but I think I've talked to people in advertisement agencies here, and they think that what I heard was that the balance of art and business in Japan is really unbalanced, with business being...
You mean now?
Yeah, they care more about business. And Hollywood's like that too, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, but there are really good movies that come out in Hollywood, like really good movies, right?
Probably.
Oh yeah, I could name tons of them.
Okay.
I mean, just ones that come... Not that this is like a really good... One of my favorite movies, but like Drive. Did you ever see Drive? There's just tons of good movies. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think Drive was like one of my favorite movies, but that's just what came off the top of my head right now. But like... Or even like... Let's do a really like annoying superhero. What about like Batman The Dark Knight?
Well, okay, question is, you mean when you say good, you mean like good graphics, good acting, good...
I'm saying everything. Like, have you seen The Dark Knight? Or is
I
it
have,
the one
but
with Heath Ledger?
I really dislike superhero movies.
I hate superhero movies, but you can't deny that that's a good... Like, Marvel movies to me suck. I hate them. They're the worst.
It's not, I can see, not that I can see, but like I can agree probably that the acting's good, the effects are good, but it's just, they're so, I don't know, boring to me as a concept, those superhero movies, that
Yeah,
whatever
me too.
acting is, I don't see them as like art, I see them as entertainment.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Or what's the non-Japanese movie that you like? 今日は日本の映画を話そうと思ったら、映画の...
Yeah, I do like European films, like French, Italian. Sure.
Yeah. I can understand. French movies they have their own cinema going on that was...
Yeah.
A lot of communists, but
I really like, I don't know if you've heard of him, he's called Paolo Sorrentino.
No.
He's Italian and he's like, I don't know, I adore the way he shot, like, you know, the way he just... camera work and the script and the depth of the film and the acting as well and everything.
What's it about? What's his...
Well, it's a little bit intellectual as well, so maybe you... actually, it is reflective and intellectual, so maybe you won't like it.
Okay.
But it's... my favorite film is called The Grand Beauty, and it's just about this guy who lives in Rome, and he's I think he's a writer or a journalist or something like that, and he just kind of walks around and thinks about things.
Yeah, that sounds like a European movie.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like, and that's, I guess, why I don't like superhero movies.
Well, the recent stereotypes of Japanese movies are like these two, like a high school couple, and then one of them are dying, and there's like a scene of like the pop star actor crying, or something like that, or like some family in like Inaka who's living like, you know, French people in France in Inaka with like bread and like one of them plays the harmonica or something like that. But but I'd say my favorite movies are Kikujiro. Kikujiro's not my favorite. Tampopo for sure. Tampopo. I'll just say. Yeah. What's your favorite Japanese movie?
Have you heard of Okuribito?
Yeah. That was an example of one that was a hit here that really made a hit in America.
Yeah, I think it was also more popular abroad than in Japan because it deals with like a taboo subject.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think a lot of, and this isn't because Japanese people have bad taste, but when you're outside of it, you can look at what's good and what's not. And I think that some foreign countries have a better judgment of Japanese movies.
Yeah, I think it's not just the case with Japan, but also the case with Russia, for example, because we have films that are actually really good films and they get like, you know, all the prizes and stuff. But in Russia, no one knows them because it's just not really what the average audience is expecting.
Yeah. Well, I have no idea what our title is going to be for this, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.